Now let me just show you the cinema room. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I know my hair's gone quite wild and I'm wearing shades indoors. That's because today's video is slightly different, like most of my videos. Plus it's the only sunny day we've had here in the UK all year. So I'm keeping these on all day. I've actually got 2 black eyes at the moment. See? Anyway, today's video, I'm going to show you what I've been up to over the last few months, longer than that actually, with my camper van. Now, unfortunately, I didn't record a lot of it. I just kind of cracked on with it. But I bought this old van. It's an old Renault master van, which had already kind of been converted into a camper van. And it's always something that I wanted to do, was do a bit of camping, bit of wild camping. And but it was a little bit rough around the edges, this van, but it was cheap and I thought I would challenge myself to do it up. Lots needed doing on it: new flooring, new shower, new bench, new upholstery, new sink, taps, the lot basically. I had to refurb the whole van, but it's done. And I just want to walk you around and show you what I did and how I did it. So if you're interested in a bit of camping and maybe trying to convert your own van, which you can do, stick around, have a look and see what can be achieved, because this is absolutely awesome. I absolutely love it. I've got all sorts going on in this. Let's go and check it out. So here she is, folks, the old Renault Master. I think this actually used to be a minivan back in the day, before it was sort of like converted. So it's not bad, Nick. It's quite old. I think it's about 15 years old, this thing. But it's not bad, Nick, to be fair. In we go. So there we have it, folks. So what we've done in this van is quite a bit, to be fair. We replaced the floor. We put new edging in all the way around because it was all falling apart and hanging off. So we put all nice edging around. We repainted it. And we put some more of these little brass handles on, little brass hooks and things. So this allows you access to underneath the bed, which will bring you into this little area where you've got your water tank. So that's your water tank there, and you've got some water pumps underneath, and then you've got all your electricals, battery set up here. So huge leisure battery in there, and it's got, I'll tell you what it has got, which is absolutely essential in these types of vans. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a huge solar panel on the top of the van. So the solar panel will keep the van running for all weekend, really. It powers up everything, really. You can use your TV, which I have got. I've actually got a cinema projector system in the van as well. So it's hooked up here. I've taken it down at the moment because I'm just putting some new films and things on it. But that hooks up to there, and you can see the power there. So that's a 240 volt power system there as well. So the whole van runs on 12 volt, but you can switch it to the 240 volt to run things like that, because there's some things in the van that do need 240 volt to run. And that is one of them. So that's pretty cool. And that basically what we've got here is, so I'll show you, we've got this. I'll show you where this goes. So basically what we do with this, so we put this up here. I've got a little hole or a little nugget thing that hangs there, and then that just sits there, and then boom, you've got yourself a little projector screen, and that's perfect. So we just sit at the back here, and then you can watch whatever movies. And the movies, I'll show you later on tonight what that looks like, because it's pretty awesome for a little minivan like this. Well, it's not a minivan, it's a long wheelbase, but it does look pretty cool. So as I said, you can use this to get into the back. We normally sort of store chairs and bits and pieces in there. You can put your clothes in there in boxes and stuff. We've got a few tubs and stuff in the back there. So this just all shuts out and everything's locked like solid. So this one here has a little latch on it, like this for instance. So they've got these little noggin things. Can't remember what they're called now, but when you push them in, they lock in place. So when you're driving, they won't go anywhere. So like that, see? And that just locks in place. Got a little bin in there. So we put a new sink in, we put a new tap in. This pops up as well. Look at this, watch this. So you got a bit of extra space there, you know, to do your cooking and chopping and bits and pieces, so that's pretty handy. Put a new table on here as well. This is actually an old kitchen worktop actually that we made fit. And then we've got all these reupholstered as well, which is quite nice. Put some new cushions in so you can just sit down here nicely like this. And it's perfect for a little bit of scram, like bacon, sausage, beans, you know, the typical English breakfast, of course. So this is great for 2 people. The bed, I mean, it's pretty small. You are a little bit cramped in there, but you can make do with it. You know, it's not obviously a king size bed or not even a double bed, I don't think. It's cozy, put it that way. Now this comes off of here as well, which actually does make one whole bench if you want. I generally keep this in, but it has got little latches. I can just lift this off and take it off, and I put it behind the seat. And then what we've got is we've got another cushion here that we've done and reupholstered, and then there's a board that goes there, and that just basically sits down there, and then you've got yourself one whole bench that you can just sit on if you want to. Now into the shower room. So I've redone this. Now if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me do this actually, because I did film some bits. I did put it up on Instagram. So this has all been fiberglassed and resined. So I put some white resin in there and fiberglassed it all up, so it's like a brand new floor. It was leaking before, so it was all cracked, and every time you had a shower and it was just leaking out, and it was all going over here, and this was all bunched up. It was bad. So I put a new floor in it, new plug system, put a new toilet in it, a new shower, and it works absolutely lovely. So you turn that on, you just flick these switches here, they're already on. So you flick these switches and that turns the water on. There we go, got yourself a little running shower. The toilet basically just pulls out, and it's one of those systems where, you know, obviously you have to empty it, but it's a good little system. Just pull it out, do your business, and off you go. So this is where you fill up your water. So you just undo this, put hose in there, and then that will fill up your tank. It's a good sized tank in there. That will keep you going, what, I don't know, 3 or 4 days probably. I've also installed Wi-Fi in here as well. So you've got a little 5G router with a little SIM card in. That gives full Wi-Fi for the camper. Got all your electrics in here going on, which are all rigged up to the battery in the back there. Now one other thing what we've got in this van is a little heater, which you can have on without turning on the engine. This runs off of a little diesel heater basically. So you just turn that and that just kicks in, and then you get hot air through these little vents in the bottom there, and it really does heat the van up really nicely. Got a little stove, little kettle, make a cup of tea, lovely jubbly. That's all you need really. Little fridge, and this runs off of the gas. So you've got a little gas bottle in here as well, but it also runs off of electric as well. So you run the gas when you're sort of parked up, but you put on the electric when you're driving, just to keep everything cool. But yeah, it's good size, to be fair. So this is where the gas bottle is. So in here, move it out of the way. We've got a little gas bottle, and that basically, I mean, there's so much in there, you never really go through it. It just takes ages to go through. So it's all fitted and installed really well. I didn't fit all this, it's all done properly by a gas man. But it looks perfect and fits in there just jubbly. Now, one thing I do want to show you, which is really cool, we fitted a Starlight Cosmos ceiling, all operated by this little switch here. You can't see that now, but you will have to wait till I can show you in the dark. I don't think you'll see anything at the moment. No, you can't see anything, but wait till tonight and you will. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We had all this reupholstered as well. So I did this with a friend of mine, local to me. She does lots of upholstery stuff. So we did this together, and we fitted new lights in here as well. I mean, to be fair, she did quite a lot of it in regards to the upholstery side. I just basically fitted the back in once she did it. But she's absolutely really talented on doing all this sort of stuff. So she reupholstered all that for me. We got some new foam in, we got all the materials in, and she did that. It was absolutely brilliant. And then I fitted it back up, or we both fitted it back up, to be honest. Little reading lights, they're not that powerful, but they're pretty good. We repainted everything again, all white, and obviously I think that some sort of greeny colour. I'm not sure what colour that is now. We installed little 240 volt sockets here as well with some USB ports, and again that works on the 240 volt side. When you switch over onto the battery in there, you've got to turn that on, and then you get 240 volt through there, and obviously running this as well, which runs the projector. In here as well, you've got a little USB port, and that will basically give you power to charge your phone up with. Happy days. Little fan up here as well. This blows out and blows in, so it can be quite handy if you're cooking or if you're hot. Got little hooks here to hang bits and pieces on. Bit of storage in here as well. And then we've got little curtains that this basically just pulls across on the little rail. Then obviously you've got curtains everywhere. Well, not curtains, sorry, blinds. Got one there and you've got one there. Yeah, and this monitors the battery as well, so that's quite handy. But there we go, folks. So what I'll do is I'll show you the cinema. I want to give you a shot of that, and also the Cosmos star ceiling that we put in. It's like a Rolls-Royce ceiling. It's absolutely awesome. And then that'll give you the full picture of the van. But it's yeah, it took me quite some time to get this to where it is now, and I think I'm pretty pleased with it. If you're thinking about doing, you know, a van like this yourself, hopefully this has been sort of helpful in regards to some of the things that we've done in it. Okay, folks, it's now dark, so let me show you the lights. So you got these lights, and they dim down, which is quite nice. Bit of ambience. But let's keep those on the dim, and let me show you my little starlights. So as I showed you earlier, there's a little switch here, and are we ready? I love this. Oh, now this is actually the Cosmos. What do you think of this, folks? I mean, it's pretty insane, to be fair. I didn't realise it was going to look as good as this, but actually, I'm pretty impressed myself. It does look pretty awesome. Again, it doesn't really do it justice with the camera, but it, you know, you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. And when you turn that on at night, it's just beautiful. Really, really is nice. Now let me just show you the cinema room. Here's my little cinema room. So we've got the projector up there, we've got the lights on, And we got the cinema. It's a lovely screen actually, to be fair. You can just chill up here in the little bed area and we can just watch a movie. Happy days. Now, one thing I was going to show you is, have we all seen these lights before? The type of lights where it get, oh, look at this. They're so old and worn, and obviously that disrupts the actual brightness of the light as well. It's all kind of like, I don't know, it's just like misty. Not like it was when it came out of the factory. So both of my lights on this van, look at that. I mean, it's pretty awful really. Can't really see much out of it. It's just, you know, some people might go and buy themselves a new light. But I'm going to show you how to restore this up quite easily and quite quickly. All we need is 600 grit. Definitely start with 600. Don't start with anything lower than that. 600 is your starting grit. And then I would probably go, if you've got maybe 800, and then to 1000. Don't have 800, so I'm going to go to 1200, and then I'm going to go to 2000, and then probably a 3000 grit, and sand this piece of plastic light back. Let's do this. Now make sure when you do this is you've got some water to hand, because you don't want to do it dry. You want to be rubbing it down with lots of water on it. So we're just going to do this just by hand, no machines. I'm just going to do it by hand. Just give it a good old rub with the 600 grit all over. Might be best, if you're precious about your van, to mask this area up, just in case you start sanding back on your paintwork. I'm not overly precious, plus I'm going to make sure I don't go over there. Anyway. But I'm just going to use my resin that I use for my resin jobs. This is a Total Boat NW1 Plus. So there you go folks, as you can see, that is loads better. As I say, can go a little bit more, there's a little bit of a mark there, but I mean, from what it was before, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. And there you have it folks, my little camper van that all fully restored and ready for some camping. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. A little bit different, I know, but if you did, give us a thumbs up, comment below of what your thoughts are on my little camper. Let me know if you want to know any more information, what I did, how I did things. Hope you like the stars in the ceiling, it's pretty cool. And don't forget, Maker Central this year folks, love for you to come and see me. I'll be there 2 days, yeah, come and check out the show. We've got loads of things going on. I'll leave links below. Take care.